For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
We have a perennial issue, as is the case with so many developments on our island. We keep repeating ourselves, and we keep asking just about the same institutions that are manned by the same individuals to come to our rescue. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show, and that is Newspin on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the Newspin Facebook page, as well as the Newspin YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You've been doing this. Continue, because we really want to increase the numbers of persons who have subscribed to our YouTube channel. I'll be taking your calls later at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And we have a lot of those messages that have not been read throughout the course of last week. So I'll be endeavoring to go through as many as possible. And Amanda, yes, Amanda will be going through some of the comments in the chat room. We hope you had yourself an enjoyable weekend and you're all set for the challenges ahead. And quite a week we had here on this program. It has reached combustion level or levels, and we just hope that the energy will be maintained during the course of the next 5 days as we embark upon the search for answers and clarification to our many questions and concerns. This problem has plagued us now, no exaggeration, for decades. Cattle along the Shock Highway, very close to business establishments, learning institutions, many people on the bus stands having to interact, physically interacting with cattle. And this is no exaggeration. I think we are just about the most tolerant set of people on this planet. We tolerate so many things that are egregious, that are unacceptable. In the civilized world, people would have brought themselves together in a fervent search for a permanent solution to that problem of the stray cattle along the Shock Road. I'm into Summersdale, a number of other communities. I mean, this morning I got a call. A resident of section of Sunny Acres, I hope that's the correct area, sent me some photographs of 2 cattle entered his premises. And those of you who are watching the broadcast on Facebook as well as on YouTube could see the animals there, ensconced themselves in the man's yard after I think they had breakfast. And eventually he closed the gate. And the animals, of course, had to remain there. I think a call was made to the owner, and I think many of you know the identity of that individual. Don't know if he has gained possession of the cattle. But for how long must road users, whether you're a pedestrian, whether you're driving a vehicle, riding a motorcycle, how long you must continue to tolerate this menace, this inconvenience? It is not a case where, if you're lucky, your vehicle will be damaged. But unfortunately, worst case scenario, you can lose your life. And people have lost their lives, in particular motorcyclists, coming into contact with those animals. And I've interviewed so many ministers with responsibility for agriculture and responsible for, it was before, communications and works, the police, on that same problem. And what they're struggling with, construct a pond, you have to impound those animals, who will take care of them, the cost that is involved, a whole host of issues that have been left unattended to. And so we still have the same problem of those cattle roaming our streets, in particular that part of the island at Shock. Sometimes you see so many vehicles there not moving, and you believe that there's a traffic jam, only to realize that the vehicles are making way for cattle, sometimes 3 or 4 or 5. You have a couple calves as well. They're there. And it's the rush hour, whether it's 4:30 in particular, 5 in the afternoon or early morning. And you just have to wait. Exercise some patience. This owner of those animals, did I say the particular individual is the most powerful? I think this guy, if he's not the most powerful, most influential, and maybe that is what is causing the authorities not to act, not to want to address that particular issue. The man has basically taken over an entire area so that his animals can graze from one side of the Shock area to the other side, inconveniencing dozens, if not hundreds of people on a daily basis. And administration after administration, whether it's UWP or SLP, police, vet department, etc., no one wants to deal with that particular problem. During the course of the broadcast, we'll endeavor to see if we can speak with Mr. Lionel Ellis. He's the one who sent me the photograph, and he was the one, his property was invaded this morning by the two cattle. We'll try to see if we can speak with him on that. Let's open the lines very early at 452-2979, 452-2979 to take your calls. And remember, your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, 716-2026. Just received a notice. In fact, it is some information, a letter, and it's making reference to the Integrity Commission. It was only last week Newspin broke the news that we have been without an Integrity Commission, at least the board, members of the board, from March of last year. Well, there's been an appointment. And according to a letter that is in my possession, and so the letterhead is that of the Office of the Prime Minister, and it says there, and it's penned to the leader of the parliamentary opposition, dated February the 6th, and the subject is Appointments, St. Lucia Integrity Commission. And it says there, Deacon Peter Février, chairman of the St. Lucia Integrity Commission, has resigned from the position as per copy the attached. Pursuant to the Section 3 of the Integrity in Public Life Act, Cap 1.19, I write to inform of my intention to advise the Governor General to appoint the following persons to serve on the St. Lucia Integrity Commission for a period of 3 years, effective January the 13th of 2025. So the appointment hasn't actually taken place yet. The Prime Minister has written to the island's Governor General stating his intention. So he has advised the Governor General to appoint the following individuals. 1, Mr. David Popo as the chairman. 2, Mr. Rupert Ellis. And 3, Mr. David Poleon. And the following is forwarded for consideration before the Prime Minister tenders advice to the Governor General, signed by Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre. So he has demonstrated his intent to appoint those 3 individuals to serve on the Integrity Commission. Let's take a call at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And of course, Amanda will be going through some of your comments in the chat room. Amanda, what is taking place there? And good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, team. Good afternoon, News Spinners. Team, someone says, it's too early to kill the program with cattle cow, please. Another comment, exactly, that's a rich man. The owner would never get the cattle. Someone says, I was opening a butchery the following day, beef stew on sale. Another comment reads, team, if I recall correctly, didn't your Newspin poets do a piece on those cows? Someone says, until this man pays a heavy price, he would never learn. Another comment, it's time that this man respects people on the streets. Another comment reads, I was not giving it back. Another comment here, someone says, the yard owner should keep the cows. If the owner wants it, he either pays the person or the person keeps it. Another comment...
in the meantime, let's take a call. All right, thank you so much, Amanda, for that update. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is Newspin. You are on the air.
Mr. Poleon, good day, sir, and to you and to Miss Amanda.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
How are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
I am doing very well, thanks.
Okay. What's in your mind, sir?
Yes, I wanted to call about last week. I sat very intently and listened to Newspin every day last week. I must tell you that the culture of our politics in St. Lucia is continuing to degrade us as a people. It is quite sad that when we should be talking about St. Lucia and its future, politicians are throwing mud at each other and do not expect to get dirty. Why do we default so easily to the politics of personal destruction? Why all the name calling? Why do innocent family members who are not in politics an issue in the hostilities of political warfare? Why are dead individuals brought into adversarial political discussions? Why are we not talking about public policy that is intended to help our people and advance inclusion? Where is the focus on economic development, crime prevention, infrastructural development, education for all our brilliant young people, healthcare, etc.? Where is an articulation of a vision for St. Lucia and St. Lucians? All those of us who were listening to Newspin last week know how the second grade MAPWE squabble started. And it was painful to sit and listen to the salacious discussions which left so much to be desired. Our politics lack a focus on the things that are in St. Lucia's best interest, Mr. Poleon. Instead, we are treated to a back and forth by politicians and would-be politicians that can hurt themselves and St. Lucia, and which generates a lot of heat and absolutely no light, and it's a shame. Finally, I want to suggest that our only political hacks will find this nonsense attractive. While I'm saddened by the vitriol I heard last week, I was glad it happened to the degree that caring, concerned, sophisticated, and thinking St. Lucians can take a new look at the level of our political discourse and do something about it. Last week convinced me more than ever before that St. Lucia deserves a new brand of politics and politicians who understand what political engagement is all about, and hopefully she will get it. Politics is not about the politicians, but instead it is about the people that they want to lead and serve. Thank you so very much for allowing me to express this, sir.
But don't you think, sir, the change starts with the people, the prospective voters, those people who trek to the polling stations and to cast a ballot for a politician? In most instances, I imagine, whom they believe have the right attributes and the qualities and the qualifications, capabilities to represent the interest. Because if, for example, the politicians know that kind of behavior, infantile behavior, will not be tolerated, will not be stomached, I do not believe that they would venture into that kind of realm and display that kind of infantile attitude.
Well, Mr. Poleon, you and I have spoken about that before, and you are absolutely right. The question is, do the people have a choice, or do they know they have a choice? Now, I know they have a choice. You know they have a choice. But do they really believe they have a choice to put an end to this nonsense? The idea that whoever wins an election is who can give the best MAPWE, who can assassinate somebody else's character the best, who has the loudest megaphone or whatever the case is. Our people have been, I would call that political abuse. Our people have been so abused politically that they do not think they have the power. And you and I have said that. Mr. Wayne has said it over and over and over and over again. We all know the power of the democracy is in the hands of the people. But the question is, do the people know that, and do they think they can do anything about it? That is the challenge. And I am saying that St. Lucia needs voices that will educate our people to let them know that indeed they can do something about it.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to hear from you. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And let me see if I have any of your messages to go through. And in the meantime, I don't know, Amanda, if you have any comments in the chat room?
Just a few, Tim. Someone says, Integrity Commission, Special prosecutor, same nonsense. Another comment, what is the Prime Minister doing about the cows, putting cows first? Another comment reads, I hope with the new commission we will see them executing the role they are appointed to. And Newspin says here, Tim, you like to provoke UWP. You remember the cow owners said to Alan that he must provide a place for him to put his cows when Alan asked him to remove them. When did Alan ask him to remove them? Another comment, Mr. St. Rose for PM, Governor General, Speaker of the House, and DPP. Someone says here, Caller tell El Crapo that the biggest problem is him. Someone says, I see some penis today. Where were you all for the past few days? A Newspin says, St. Lucia needs a new brand of politicians. Are you putting in a plug for yourself? Don't count on my votes.
We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon, Newspin, you're on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tim, and
Yes.
good afternoon, Amanda.
Good afternoon to you,
Good
caller.
afternoon, caller.
Tim, I want to take this opportunity as someone from Vihout South to congratulate Miss Paul, Lady Lee, on being chosen as the candidate to represent Vihout South in the next election.
To represent the
I
UWP.
also want to congratulate the other contender, Mr. Wayne Harrow. I think he put up a good fight, and he was exposed more than Lady Lee in terms of policy and so on your show and on the news media and so on. I think that the Vihout South seat can be won. I think Lady Lee is a good candidate, and also Wayne Harrow would have been a good candidate. But I also want to take this opportunity for you to invite the lady onto Newsmaker Live so that she can come and explain to the people of Vihout South and the country as a whole what her policies are, what her plans are for Vihout South, and how she's going to win that seat, because I think she has the support of the majority of Vihoutians to bring that seat home. So once again, I want to congratulate her, and I'm waiting on Ms. Lady Lee to come and go national and let us know what she's going to do for Vihout South. Just the same way that I think Wayne Harrow did. I listened to his interview last week, and I think he had some good plans, and he seemed very forceful. And I expect the same or even better from Lady Lee. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. I'll be inviting all of the candidates contesting the upcoming general elections, a case of whether they will accept, but I'll endeavor to invite every candidate from the island's 17 constituencies. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. A call on the landline. Good afternoon to you. Newspin, you are on the air.
Good afternoon, Timothy. Good afternoon.
Hi. Good afternoon to you, caller.
And good afternoon, Amanda.
Good afternoon, sir.
Timothy, again, that's the PR for Mihout South. That's Anthony.
For the United Workers' Party.
For the UWP.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me first of all congratulate Lady Lee, Leanna Johannes Paul, for her being selected as a candidate for the UWP. I think that is amazing and that is great. And the people in Mihout South support that and appreciate that once and for all. And this is the type of decision that we would like to see so far. And we can extend our hand in terms of doing our campaign to all our neighboring, community like Beaufort North and Beaufort South, and even if Mihout North, and even if we can extend it to go as far as Labrie with this young lady. You said somebody said these people should become on your program, and you said you're not too sure.
No. Hold on, caller. Hold on. What I said is that I'll be inviting all the candidates who will be contesting the island's 17 seats. All of them. Whether you're independent, SLP, UWP, I'll be inviting all of them.
Great. That's good. Mr. Poleon, I don't think any candidate for the UWP will refuse an interview with you. And I could tell you that. And you would tell me why I say that as well. I'm not controlling, but I know any candidate. Right now, there you have a program. Persons will call your program when they realize it is suit them to call, especially from the sitting government. They don't do that often. They call it that when they think it's convenient for them to do that. But UWP have nothing to hide or to shy away. They will call your program. Let me once again thank our people in the constituency of Mihout South. We continue with our political leader as always. There's no challenge there. We are not talking about the two Labour Party candidates that are fighting each other in that constituency. We don't have time for that. We are getting our stuff ready, getting our ball, our machines oily, and to make sure that Alan Sharkney remain, not just win that seat, but become the next sitting Prime Minister of St. Lucia, to restore St. Lucia into a state once again of normalcy and make St. Lucia great again. You understand me? People will say, well, why are you saying that is only Donald Trump that said that? And I'm saying it. St. Lucia right now, it's not great. Healthcare is in a mess. Crime is all over the place. Unemployment, things are just sky up and getting bad every blessed day, even as we speak. And the only person right now that can restore St. Lucia into the eyes of the world, especially those international countries which St. Lucia had a very cordial relationship with, is Alan Michael Chastney. So we are continue in that constituency, and we have often heard that about there is somebody that have Alan Chastney's secret weapon. We are ready for all type of weapon that they have, because we will remain committed to where we are, because we satisfied with so far with the level of progress and development that Alan Chastney gives that constituency and St. Lucia at large. We're not going to change allegiance to no other party in that. So you would ask me why I'm speaking on behalf of everybody in the constituency, but I am telling you, and if you know your history, you have followed that constituency history. That is a constituency that has always been UWP, except that mistake that was done in 1997. All of us know why that particular mistake was done. So, but we don't have any space in our hearts to fit a Labour Party in that constituency. Let them do what they do in the two candidates right now. They are fighting each other. Let them do what they want, but we concern of our own business in that constituency. Have a blessed day, Mr. Poleon. Thank you for the time.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's see if we have a WhatsApp message. Somebody says there via WhatsApp message. Canaries Wellness Center closes for 6 months. Renovations. Why allow it to get to such a state? Another WhatsApp message. A man of unsound mind stabbed a guy in Marigot last week and died a few days later. I don't think it made the news, so find out from the police, please. We'll be seeking to get an update. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. Newspin, you're on the air. Hello?
Good day, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you.
Good day, Tim.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Tim, the worst kind of person you could get is an arrogant politician that does not connect with his constituents. And I'm saying that in regards to Wayne Girard. Tim, I'm a young man from Canaries who have fight for my community. I mean, not physically, but, spoken. I even did the last general election in a Green Party ticket just to share the platform to speak of the things I think these mainstream political parties don't pay attention to. And people will always tell you, Canaries people from these areas don't get up, don't speak, but one person could make a difference. Whether a football team, I'm not saying that it only takes one person, but one person can make a difference. And here I am, team, acquiring certain things that was passed down to me. I inherited, just like the saying goes, the meek shall inherit. I didn't acquire this stuff by any form of deceit or malice or theft or anything like that. Okay? So the issue is they're doing Renault doing some work down by the river there. I'm not against that. I made a video one time complaining about how severe and important it is to attend to that river because very quickly flooding is out of hand and people pay for it. So I took it on my own, Tim. Somebody who grew up without a father, fatherless, poor in the community of Canaries. As I said, the Almighty has blessed me and I accept with open arms. You understand? So there you have this young guy. I had an excavator by the river. I tried to reach the minister. I tried to reach the ministry in charge of communications and works, the prime minister. I have gone through all lengths and breadth to try to make this a focal point. Tim, I had that excavator by the river for about a month and a half. It cost over $50,000. I could show the receipt. And what is really, and when people hear you speak, they go think it's contract you want or whatever. It's because of how important I saw this was. I took the initiative on my own to start this work off. And I was talking to the ministry, to the minister himself, Wayne Girard, where he gave me all the running around, the people at communications, chief engineer, all of them. They gave all the running around. I had already started the work in redirecting the river, all we needed was their expertise and their guidance. It was not something we just went like a madman and wanted to do by ourselves. So we had already dug the trench and do all of that. So they gave Renault the contract. Hippo Parade, the work needs to be done, and I'm happy for that. But my issue is, Tim, I'm a riparian landowner, meaning I own land on both sides of the river. The only thing that is not mine is the river water itself. How could somebody, whether government official, whoever they are, could come and undertake works by the river and not even inform the landowners by the river? So which means you'd have to be trespassing, you'd have to be going over people's property, you'd have to be, cutting through, doing all of that. I spoke to the contractor himself who was awarded the contract, which is Renault. And he said to me, if I want him to stop the work, he could stop it. I could have done that, Tim. And that's not what it was about. I'm somebody from Canaries. I know how important this is. My whole issue was the manner in which things have been done. And then people will come and say they're the government for the people, and why don't you work with the people if you are for the people? You understand what I'm saying? So, team, the work, irrespective of me spending that kind of money, team, one would think it would be only fair to work with me, to kind of curb the cost that I had already lost in that regard, which is people would say, oh, you have land by the river, so it's for his sake. But imagine the river overflows its bank. Yes, it will wash away the land, but what would it do to the community? So everybody pays for it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just the disrespect that these people have. And again, it goes back again to, you have this young guy from a community who has been so, vigorously involved in speaking on behalf of his community, whether talk show, wherever. That's why I represented in the last general election. I didn't do it for expecting to win or anything like that. I did it because if you're going to interview representatives from a constituency, the same way you did Girard, you did Fede, you'd have to do me too. Who knows the history of this place? Who is willing to talk about the things that really needs attention? First things first, what do we do next? It's not about just winning votes, and that's why I said the most, crazy thing to have as a politician is that arrogance in you where you cannot connect with your constituents. Now, another thing, there's been these lands up there, Team Belvedere, on top of the cemetery going up, like when you head into Super from Canaries. There's been talks about that government, parties after party for development and everything like that, Tim. And nothing has ever happened. So there is that one thing that's happening now, and people get approval, everything. I'm not against anybody. Everybody looking for their. You see what I'm saying? So one person, because he's labor or he's staunch labor, could go and start cutting road and start building and start. When there are loads of people who need land and need places, people are congested in the village. You understand what I'm saying? So you could see the slogan for me with them is that you're not for the people, you are for your people. And it's not supposed to be like that. Whether we have our differences, we're supposed to be able to come together and work together as long as it's for the betterment of the community. You understand what I'm saying? The fellas do what they do, their teaming by the river, cross people property, cut road, do this, redirect river in a way where they didn't even seek. We've been in the community for so long, we know how dread that river is. So the fellas just do something and just leave the river how it is there. So if the river come down again, what they did not do, what we suggested needed to be done, what they did not do. So when the river come down, they got a call. That's not how you go about doing things, Tim. And I think these people strategically and purposely target people like me. When you fighting a very son of the soil, somebody whose story is coming from nothing, everybody knows that. You understand what I'm saying? So why is it difficult to work with us? And I'm not speaking about just the Labour Party. This is things I have experienced on both sides. Even in the times of Mistress Edwards, bless her soul. The amount of work that this lady had put in, getting jazz into Canaries, bringing the high octane show down here. The whole idea is to get people to come down to Canaries where everybody in the community could make money. But what I realized, Tim, when these politicians realize they cannot come and blue you and hold you by the head, where you don't question them, and they rather sideline you, which is not the way this should be. We're supposed to be objective and be open for critical and constructive criticism. I don't want to see my community fail. So whatever I'm talking about is what is in the best interest of my community. Tim, when I was in Ancillary, when they launched that community tourism or village tourism, whatever they're talking about, I approached the organization, the entity responsible for that, with proposals where at the estate. We could do this Airbnb and cottage. So we have approved plans already. It costs over $30,000. Look at what we're investing on our own in a community. That if we're talking about investors, we are investors ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? With that property, the amount of people that could be employed in Canaries, with Moon River as well, the air park, the film park, sorry, with the rides and the slides, the water slides and the ATV tours and the zip lining. Every day tourists passing a street, both by London, by sea, located right next to the main tourist attraction. And we're bringing these cries out, and then you will come and talk about Canaries is a dead community and nothing is going on. But we suggest and we're willing to work, and the things could happen in the place, because where there is development, it attracts people. You understand what I'm saying?
It seems, Caller, it appears that you're making a simple, from where I'm sitting, you're making a simple request so that, the authorities, those are responsible for the various developments taking place in Canaries, all they have to do is to interact with persons like yourselves to find out what exactly is happening, what is warranted to improve the state of the community, and you're not getting that kind of cooperation, you're saying?
Exactly, Stephen. And there is something that I listened to this morning which says, tell a weak man the truth and he will feel offended. Tell a strong man a lie and he will feel offended. And that's what's happening, because a lot of these politicians and these people who come to represent us, the minute you stand up and you tell them the truth, they think you against them, or you because like it's a challenge, or they intimidated, or because they're so used to having, like a community, let's just put it like a community like Canaries, what's going on? It's a very laid back community. It's a very, you understand what I'm saying? So they're used to just coming and browsing through. So the minute they get somebody to stand up, just like Mrs. Edwards did, the minute they get somebody to stand up with them and ask pertinent questions and want to see things happening, they deem you a threat. They blackball you. And that is exactly what's happening. And Canaries should not be in that state, because from a long time ago, there have been people, especially Mrs. Edwards, who've been fighting to see things happen in Canaries, but they always push us aside. Tim, could you imagine? It took us 7 years to get jazz in Canaries, Tim. 7 years. And at the time, Harold Dalsa was the minister in charge of that portfolio which undertakes the whole jazz events and everything. And when we brought it up to him, it was like, but Sufra have jazz, so what Canaries doing with jazz? So you could see the way they look at us, and that is where our problems stem from. We have never had somebody to represent us that kind of way and stand up for us and make things happen. You understand what I'm saying? And that is so sad, Tim. And I'm saying that because I know they've blackballed me, and they know how influential we are, Tim, because I remember just before the last general election, I had all Philip J.P., Ernest Hill, and all of them right here in my living room, big meeting. But when I realized they're still not willing to cope and work with us, still have us like, they're doing these things just to show maybe they're doing this thing, but they're not willing to take what we're saying into consideration, Tim. They are not. And that goes to both sides. So I don't want people to think because I say that it's Labour against or it's Flamboy for them kind of thing. That's why I did the Green Party thing, as I said, because I believe our pleas and cries have been falling on deaf ears for a very long time. And even with a lot of our community leaders, a lot of them are easy bought and sold, Tim, as long as they get in their personal favors and things, then you pay me Lexa. And they're the ones that will come and boast, you need go kayo, you need sister, you machine you by, because of all the personal favors. I'm not about personal favors, Tim. I'm about my community. No politician could ever say, my purpose has been personal needs. It has always been about my community. And it's time that this nonsense stop. Have a nice day, Tim.
Thanks so much. What's your name, by the way, caller?
Beg your pardon?
What is your name, by the way? You said you contested the last...
Avalon
election.
Joseph. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm Avalon Joseph.
All right. Thank you so much for calling the broadcast, Mr. Joseph.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. We continue with your calls and your WhatsApp messages in just a moment. Please stay with us.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's funeral home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbutai at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilac is transforming how you move. With our new electric vehicle charging stations, getting a quick and reliable charge is easier than ever. From Rodney Bay to Dennery, Vieux-Fort and Soufriere, we've got you covered. Our cutting-edge network offers both fast and standard charging options. Convenient, efficient, and always ready when you are. Just download the Flash Charge app from Google Play or the Apple App Store, and with a few simple taps, you can set up an account and link it to a credit card. Find a station or scan the QR code to start charging in seconds. Lucilac is powering your journey and driving us toward a cleaner, greener future. Charge ahead with Lucilac's EV stations. Lucilac electric vehicle chargers, powering progress, energizing the future.
This Valentine's, double the love, double the flavor, and double the crunch at KFC. From February 1st to February 14th, get the double crunch offer for just $25. That's 2 crispy strips, 2 pieces of chicken, 1 regular fries, 1 refreshing 16-ounce soda, all packed with love. But wait, there's more. One lucky customer will win an all-inclusive weekend for 2 at the Royalton Hotel. To enter, simply purchase the Double the Crunch offer, write your name and number on the receipt, and drop it in the entry box at any of our 5 KFC locations. More love, more flavor, more reasons to celebrate this Valentine's Day. Only at KFC. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
Are you tired of going from doctor to doctor, spending time and money, yet still not getting the answers you need? Now, at La Clinique du Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, we bring you the latest in medical technology, our state-of-the-art radiation-free full-body MRI. With unmatched accuracy, we can detect illnesses early, giving you the answers you deserve and the treatment you need, saving lives and saving money. No doctor referral needed. Results in just 24 to 48 hours. Plus, a free consultation with a doctor to explain all your results in detail. Don't wait. Take advantage of this special offer and book your full body MRI at our Cocoville, Rodney Bay, or Castries locations. Call 451-6559 now. La Clinique du Corps. Your health is our priority.
Essie, don't tell me that tire flat again. I just changed that tire.
Wait, what? You just changed that tire?
Well, I bought a used one because you didn't give me enough money.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? Chivi's Tire Shop only carry brand new quality tires at affordable prices with free installation.
Hey, it seems you're working at Chivi's Tire Shop. How you know all that?
Come on, Brenda. The tire shop down the road from our home in the American Drywall Building.
Oh, yes. I forgot. Well, you know what, Patrick? Let's go there right now. Take your wallet. Let's go.
Chivi's Tire Shop, located at the American Drywall Building, Vigbute. Call or WhatsApp 584-5986. Chivi's Tire Shop. Pay less, drive more.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. WhatsApp message reads, I was following the Independence Baton Relay through the Mico South constituency, and one of the landmark buildings I saw was the Blanchard Community Center. What a beautiful structure. And I can't believe that the government is depriving the people of the constituency the use of such a beautiful structure. I wish that the government of St. Lucia can please come out to provide the populace with a satisfactory reason why this beautiful piece of infrastructure is going to waste. Talking about waste of government resources. So the person insisting that I should read this as the constituency needs an account from the Prime Minister who boasts about putting the people first. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And just receiving a WhatsApp message there about a shooting incident which reportedly occurred a few minutes ago, somewhere close to the Groseley bus stand. Unfortunately, I'm hearing that no one was injured, but apparently one individual fired several gunshots at another person, reportedly was not hit. Let's see if we get some confirmation of this during the course of our program this afternoon. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, a call on the landline. Good afternoon to you, Newspin, you're on the air. Okay, let's call. Turn my attention now to Amanda. Let's see if we have any comments in the chat room. Amanda?
A few comments from earlier. Someone says, another reactive decision by the government regarding the Integrity Commission. Someone says, yeah, right, the same. They all come in as saints, now they're all devils. You too would get in and you would do the same. Another comment reads, Tim, I remember the cowman before the last election said when his government, meaning the present, wins the elections, they will give him land to put his cows in. So after 3 years, no land for cows. Is it important to put these cows first? Another comment reads, I'm waiting for PJP to come on Newspin, aka the Lion's Den. Someone says here, wow, closed for 6 months, the health scare continues. And Newspinner says, only now you realize that they are not for the people, better late than never. A comment here reads, the people of Canaries and Ancillary didn't stand up against Philip J. Pierre from pushing Wayne Girard onto them and demanded that they want John Victorin, a community man, back into the arena of politics. But they accepted Wayne Girard and now they are taking the smell of tar roadworks and the cement construction, and they still don't realize that this has been the tricks of politicians whenever a general election is around the corner. Another comment reads, so true, caller, because the people of Canaries and Ancillary are not focusing on the track record of an individual or political party. They're looking at which political party you're representing, and with that they will know whether to vote for you or not. Another comment reads, if you're not listening to Just Respond, you all would have heard me saying that it is something we have experienced from both political parties, SLP and UWP, and I'm none of the above, but for the sake of my community, we're willing to work with whoever is willing to make things better. That's it for now.
Thank you so much, Amanda. We have a WhatsApp message which reads, good afternoon. There was a shooting in Dennery North last evening. A woman was shot and robbed. That's a shop owner. 452-2979, 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls and messages at 716-2026. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, I'd just like to appeal to the Bus Drivers Association on them to implore their members the need to be conscious of the places they stop to pick up and drop off passengers. This is particularly important in areas like the entrance of the OKEU hospital, as any kind of vehicle can be bringing someone to the hospital and not only one with a siren. The delays that they cause can make the situation worse, requiring more people to need emergency care or rob someone of the last few moments that could have saved their life. And let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says there, about half an hour ago, I almost went off thinking there was no Newspin today, only to realize it was only noon, shaking my head. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is Newspin. You are on the air. Let's check the line. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Timothy. How are you?
Oh, Mr. Lionel Ellis, I'm okay. How about you, sir?
Well, today was, I'm doing okay right now, but I was really upset this morning, Timothy.
Yeah. You tell me about an incident where 2 cattle invaded your premises, probably had breakfast this morning, and then you decided that you had to keep them, locked in within your yard?
Yes, Timothy, because for years now, and I think everybody who listens to your program and in St. Lucia know that there has been a problem with cows. Cows that have caused the death of people on the roads, cows that have caused traffic problems, cows that mess up the roundabouts, where the commercial houses are taking care and beautifying the highway in St. Lucia. Cows that come up into Sunny Acres where I live and keep noise at 2 o'clock in the morning with dogs and so on. About 5 and 6 cows roam the area. They mess up the streets. I have to drive through them to get into my property. And then, it's just a whole mess. And it seems to me, Timothy, that no government, and I mean no government, can stop this nuisance in St. Lucia, because the individuals who are owners of these cows will not be penalized for having them. Or, there must be something that can be done to eliminate the cows from perusing the highway. Does it take the death of an important person in St. Lucia, a prime minister, a visiting dignitary, whatever it is, to cause somebody to do something about these cows? And it's annoying, and the police want to charge you if your light's not working, if one light not working, if you don't have your seatbelt. People are penalized because they don't have this, they don't have that. And yet the police sit and do nothing about these cows on the road. I have from the time I was in Carnival, I have confronted the commissioner of police about these cows. And what he says, there's no place to impound these cows. Enough is enough. This morning I woke up and the cows on my lawn, messing up my lawn. I take pride in my garden. And 2 cows are there having their full time, relaxing on my lawn, messing up the lawn. And I called the owner, and he is giving me all kind of hogwash about his cows. It's really annoying, Timothy. And I'm not speaking for myself alone, because I've spoken out about this before. I am saying that we have a nice community. We take pride in our areas. And then one man or a couple of men will have these cows roaming around St. Lucia. They cause death. They cause accidents. They cause damage to people's vehicles. And nobody seems to have the gall and the ability to stop it once and for all. What does it take? If I take a gun and shoot these cows, I will have the police come in questioning me every time it happens. And I am predicting, and I'm saying, Timothy, that the next time I have cows come on my property, I'm going to hold them. I will not call the owner. I will call a butcher. Because I think the hospitals, the nursing homes, the schools would like some good beef stew and stuff like that that would make sure they energize themselves. But we cannot have these owners of these cows coming on radio and television and defying the authorities, and the authorities are toothless. Enough is enough, Timothy.
But you said you got some hogwash from the individual. What are some of the things that he told you?
Well, he's always been argumentative, and he has a reputation of being so. This morning, I must say I met him a few months ago, and I said to him, I almost hit a cow, and why doesn't he do it? And we went to words. This morning, because he realized that the cows were locked on my premises, they got in there through my gate, and he wasn't as bad as he was. But he's trying to tell me he has all kinds of rope. He went into his vehicle and he took out a bag of rope and so on. I said the rope in a bag in your vehicle doesn't cut it. The rope's supposed to be around the necks of the cows, and the cow's supposed to be tied on his property, not on people's property either. And you know, I must admit, and to be honest, he was a little bit passive this morning because he realized he was caught with his pants down. or but I mean, but that's only for today. What about tomorrow? I'm sure this afternoon you'll see cows along the sidewalks untied.
Yeah.
And something must be done. Something must be done. The police will give you a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt. The police will give you a ticket if one light is off on your vehicle. If you forget your driver's license at home, the police will give you a ticket. I have got tickets because I forgot my driver's license at home. But the same policeman will see the cows and pass them straight. This is enough, man. This is enough to get everybody vexed. And we're supposed to have a decent society, a law-abiding society. And for years, this is now over how many years?
Decades, Mr. Ellis, decades, more than 20 years now. Decades.
More than 20 years. We're hearing this nonsense, and nobody can stop it. I'm really annoyed at this. At 2 o'clock in the morning, dogs are barking. When you look out, five cows walk up from Megaji up to Sunny Acres, which is on top of a hill. They probably went to see the supermarket is open. Something must be done. And I'm hoping that the authorities do something about it. The Ministry of Agriculture, do something about it. We want action. Fix it. Fix it. Thank you very much, Tim.
All right, Mr. Ellis, thank you so much. Somebody says that Tim, the cow's owner, has no remorse for the drivers. Let's see, we have another WhatsApp message. Fully agree with Mr. Ellis. Do away with the cows and donate the meat to the children's home, nursing home. Enough is enough. It's time for a change. I have no doubt, God spare, we'll still be speaking about the same cow problem later this year, next year, and the year after. Somebody says via WhatsApp, PJP is being branded a weak leader. I challenge him to redeem himself by sitting on Newspin to respond to a few questions from you and some of the callers. As a Prime Minister, you shouldn't be such of a coward. Okay, let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says there, the shooting of all loose cows in the Shock Sunny Acres area should be a manifesto item of the United Workers' Party. Another call on the landline. Good afternoon to you. Okay, when was that call? 452-2979. Let's see there if we have another WhatsApp message. It says there, the government has been giving contracts to persons with no knowledge when it comes to potholing. Tim, you need to take a drive down the Canaries to Vieux Highway to see the nastiness that is being done on our roads. Speed bumps. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller. You are on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, I understand on the cow issue. I can understand where it's a problem for the homeowner. But when it comes to the drivers, man, with all them accidents, man, I believe they need to put a sign, maybe cow crossing, because that might help save lives too. At least they'll get a.
So you believe, caller? I suspect you're the owner of those cattlemen. you think
no, I'm following that.
You think that is the
I'm in the deck crossing area.
Okay.
Deck crossing,
But that can't be the solution. That can't be the main solution, caller.
Yeah. Because we have this crossing, we have their crossing, man. Now them guys try to every day team is an accident. Nah, man.
Okay, caller.
So it's just my view, man. They need just cow crossing or cattle crossing.
Okay.
Save lives.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's see if we have another call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon, you're on the air.
Bonjour Timothy, comment est-ce que
Oui, moi là bien. Ça vous fait?
Bonjour. Bel petit programme et moi écouter un cher monde qui a parlé. Ben avant moi dire ça moi pour dire. Ouais ba bef ça là qui a associé mais c'est pas juste choc qui n'est ça. Quand dit ça actuellement ouais pont neuf là yo fait là. C'est là où ka hen bef les orso actuellement.
C'est pont japonais l'affaire.
Ouais, pont japonais là, so ça pas pont japonais là, c'est pont bœuf actuellement.
Wow.
Et moun kal de ça qui calé là, toutes les souhait frère, c'est un problème. C'est mon là. L'année KFC là, yo pas même quoi aller KFC. Mais c'est à sous pont yo vle aller. Non, quittez ça. Te moi de un bagay. et si ba moins savent. Ouais tout ces monde ça qui a couillé. Et moi aimer laisser mon moi attendre ces monde qui a couillé puis ka dit yo ka vote by monsieur Roche. Mais moi ni plus passer pour by monsieur Roche. Là ni 6 sites moins savent. Et puis ces monde ça là, yo ka fâché pour savent site ça là pas kay là. Et changer pour ça marcher ça et dit ouais site Castries Central là ça ka perdu. Site Mikou non bot ça ka perdu. Site et moi dou ko ça ou ça. Site pour Ancillary ça ka perdu. Ou ka écouter?
Na écoute oui.
OK. Ouais site vieux fois. Madame ça là yo just mettez là. C'est 6 ça là, c'est un site encore. Yo ka perdu. Site Kazimi ka perdu. Et pour l'autre site là, moun parti ka remet quoi site ça ka perdu, c'est site Philippe G. Pierre. 6 c'est site ça là ka perdu. Changer, moi do ça matcher pour ouais 2025 élection. Changer moi te do ça. C'est team.
So
c'est site ça là ka perdu.
Qui manière ou dit ça? Qui manière ou et puis décision ça?
C'est pas oui ou ça.
Ou sans garder?
Non, c'est pas by garder, moi juste ka do. Because when manière bagay la calé. C'est pour gars paix. Yo paix tellement, son tellement yo ka faire n'importe bagay pour yo faire c'est les autres c'est moun ça là pas compete. Mais ça man ka do là ouais cette ici hani assez ça qui ka aller là. Ouais bay cochonnerie qui ka fait actuellement ou ka aller à sous ou ka venir ou ka parler about famille moun et c'est bay ça politique ska aller en différentes manières. Et c'est pour ça. Et si moi pas vle les ba wete là. Mais moi ça dit yo si yo vle si les ba vle jeune pièce et yo vle gagner yo ni pour di RF pour aller di prime minister yo aller. Yo seulement yo ça changer moi do ça changer ça because tous les jours n'a répété même bagay là. Merci monsieur Tim.
Okay, merci beaucoup. Yeah. In the chat room somebody says mark the date Tim, Monday the 10th of February 2025, which gives me the opportunity to play you a clip of the United Workers Party candidate for Castries Central, Roche Clark. He says he will slay the dragon, speaking last evening during a meeting of the opposition United Workers Party.
If you believe you are rough and tough, ask me who I am. I will tell you who I am.
I tell you.
If you believe you are the big bad wolf, I'm the wolf catcher. If you believe you are a lion, a bear, a snake, don't worry, I'm the zookeeper. And if you can actually look at yourself and believe to be a dragon, that you can fly around how you want and spit fire on whomever you want, meet the dragon slayer.
United Workers Party candidate for Castries Central, Mr. Roche Clark. We have a call online. Good afternoon to you. This is Newspin. You're on the air. Hello?
Hi.
Yes.
Tim, am I on?
Yes, you're on the air. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Oh, good afternoon, Tim. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Is that Mr. Peter Josie?
That's correct.
Yes, good afternoon to you, sir.
I was out for a little while. I came in on Saturday evening. I called first to wish you and your listeners a very good year, a year that we can hopefully all join together to see if we can create or recreate a better little country for ourselves. And whilst I was out, or the week before I came, somebody said to me, somebody whose judgment I trust, said to me, when you get back to St. Lucia, Peter, speak to Timothy Poleon, I know you all speak well, and see if you can get a copy of the proceedings, this particular program of last week. She said everything in that thing, man, the people want fight on target. It looked like, boy, that election is going to be hot. And as I say to him, this is my country. I don't intend to ever get involved as a candidate But once there is elections and God gives me a voice and the energy, I will do whatever I can. Anybody who needs my help, who is with Alan, Michael, Shasney, I will be there on the platform with them. And I believe I got an airful from the driver who took me from Hiwanora Airport to my home. And that driver, the female, gave me directions on what to do, what she's hearing from the youth, south, east, north, wherever. So I just called to announce my return to wish you and your listeners well and to say that I will not be quiet. I've heard enough. I've seen sufficient. And I believe I owe it to my people and to the country of St. Lucia to do my part in making certain that we see the backs of all of these vipers that are now in power. And I call them vipers like the word you do for snakes, right? And I make no apologies for this. Have a good afternoon, Tim, and thank you very much.
Same to you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. So one individual made the prediction moments ago about the St. Lucia Labour Party losing at least 6 seats. He identified the seats. Somebody responded in the chat room saying, caller, are you referring to car seats? This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Let's continue with your calls and your WhatsApp messages and, of course, the discussions in the chat room. Amanda.
Someone says, Tim, you should really replay the poem about the cows. Another comment, well, mate will have to put lights on his cows. Someone says, nice hearing you, Mr. Josie, you were missed. Another comment, Roche Clark needs to tell the people what he plans to do, not gossip. Another comment reads, no place to impound the cows. I'll give you my cousin's address in Grand Riviere, Grosile. We will take care of those cows for you. Another comment, what if he had called the police to arrest them cows for breaking and eating? Someone says this man should have never called the owner that's giving him another chance, and the problem will continue. Another comment reads, persons have lost their lives in accidents with these cows. My family fell victim years ago. Another comment reads, all I know is you people encouraging this. I would be on the road collecting cows. If everyone starts collecting cows and they start disappearing, you will see action. Catch them and contact me. Another comment, just so Newspin is making corn beef today. Someone says, we barely have proper road signs. You think we will get one for cows? And that's it for me, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Still to come, some more of your calls and your WhatsApp messages. And I was watching the Youth Parliament last week, and there's a particular individual, an independent youth senator, and he looks and kind of sounds like the leader of the parliamentary opposition. We're hearing from him in just a moment on this, the most monitored talk show in the world.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucy is transforming how you move. With our new electric vehicle charging stations, getting a quick and reliable charge is easier than ever. From Rodney Bay to Dennery, Vieux-Fort and Soufriere, we've got you covered. Our cutting-edge network offers both fast and standard charging options. Convenient, efficient, and always ready when you are. Just download the Flash Charge app from Google Play or the Apple App Store, and with a few simple taps, you can set up an account and link it to a credit card. Find a station or scan the QR code to start charging in seconds. Lucilac is powering your journey and driving us toward a cleaner, greener future. Charge ahead with Lucilac's EV stations. Lucilac electric vehicle chargers, powering progress, energizing the future.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
St. Lucia, it's time to celebrate 46 years of independence with a big deal from KFC. Introducing the KFC Independence Big Box, packed with all your favorites for just $46. You get 5 delicious undipped wings with 1 sauce, 1 zinger or big crunch sandwich, 2 pieces of chicken, 2 regular fries, and 2 refreshing 16-ounce sodas. Perfect for sharing or keeping all to yourself, because independence is all about choice. But hurry, this big deal is only available from February 1st to February 28th. Get your Independence Big Box today, only at KFC. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Are you tired of going from doctor to doctor, spending time and money, yet still not getting the answers you need? Now, at La Clinique du Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, we bring you the latest in medical technology, our state-of-the-art radiation-free full-body MRI. With unmatched accuracy, we can detect illnesses early, giving you the answers you deserve and the treatment you need, saving lives and saving money. No doctor referral needed. Results in just 24 to 48 hours. Plus, a free consultation with a doctor to explain all your results in detail. Don't wait. Take advantage of this special offer and book your full body MRI at our Cocoville, Rodney Bay, or Castries locations. Call 451-6559 now. La Clinique du Corps. Your health is our priority.
I rise today as Independent Senator Ethan Carlton Glasgow to express my profound concerns regarding the constitutionality of the Suppression of Escalated Crime Police Powers Act of 2023. While I, like every member of this Senate, recognize the importance of addressing crime, this legislation in its current form presents serious threats to the fundamental rights and freedoms that are enshrined in our Constitution of St. Lucia. Madam President, therefore, I cannot support this motion without significant and necessary amendments. My primary concern stems from the very real potential for this act to infringe upon several fundamental rights that are protected by our Constitution. It is our duty to uphold these rights, and I believe this act in its current form falls short of that duty. Madam President, first and foremost, the Act grants police officers the power to prohibit, conditionally or absolutely, the possession of firearms, ammunition, and explosives within an escalated crime area. This power, while seemingly targeted, could lead to restrictions on the freedom of movement, including the right to reside in any part of St. Lucia. Madam President, such restrictions may be overly broad or disproportionately applied, potentially violating Section 12 of our Constitution. While restrictions are indeed allowed in the interests of public safety or order, they are supposed to be, to quote our Constitution, reasonably justifiable in a democratic society, a condition which I believe this act fails to meet due to the broad nature of these powers.
Debating the suppression of escalated crime police powers act, Independent Youth Senator Ethan Carlton Glasgow. Those of you watching on Facebook as well as YouTube, I hope you will agree, or you made the observation, he looks a lot like the leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Chasney. Let's take your calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Amanda, any comments in the chat room? Does he look a little bit like Mr. Alan Chasney, Amanda?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. The jury's out in that. I'm sure people will be commenting in the chat room. Go ahead.
A few comments. I see someone says, you see why the whole country is in so much mess. There still have people supporting that wicked government. They all need to go. Another comment. My boy, poor God, they say you too white. Someone says, in your mouth, whatever you all put in the dark by the river will disappear as God is good. Another comment, team trying to sabotage me. I am not seeing the live anymore. Someone says here, Arthur, you want ideas? Labor? Okay, no. Another comment, this guy, Arthur Chasney, I see you need a serious bath at the Sulphur Springs before it's too late. Okay. Another comment, good to see these young people emulating members of the UWP side and expressing themselves the same. Someone says he might be called a white foreigner. Another comment reads, in the future, Richard Frederick will be calling talk shows saying he was not born in St. Lucia and he is a foreigner living in St. Lucia. Another comment, yes, for a minute I thought he was. Someone says, and he has an accent. Is he St. Lucian? Don't let Richard hear you. And someone here says, this young person is brilliant. That's it for now, Tim.
Thank you so much. Somebody in the WhatsApp, via WhatsApp says, our future is bright. Mr. Glasgow was spot on. Wish I was in the Senate. We have a call on the landline. Good afternoon. You are on the air. Hello. You lost that call. 452-2979. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Somebody says there, yes, the young man indeed looks and sounds like the opposition leader. Don't say that too loud before they victimize the young man. Let's see if we have, okay, I think we have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. You are on the air. Hello.
Tim.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
To you. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Tim, I realize something on our road these days. Well, not these days alone, but the past years. Container trucks. Not the trucks, but the container behind the truck have been falling off the trucks. Often these days. Even last night I saw one after the bad lane when you're going down from Canaries. Yeah. When you pass the bad lane going down to Tamazo. One fell, 140 feet fell from a truck there last night.
That's quite dangerous. I'm saying,
and I haven't realized.
Caller, that's scary. Yeah. That's scary.
Scary. That haven't happened all the time these days, Tim. That haven't. That's why I'm mentioning it. So at least the authorities can check on this thing. If they're not hooking properly or too much speed, because I realize that a lot of young fellas are driving them container truck these days. A lot of young chaps. And then that thing is very, very scary, because if that thing end up falling on a vehicle, and then to get equipment there to lift up this thing, it takes a long time. So they need to find out if is they're not hooking it properly, or they overspeeding that causing that. But it has been happening all the time these days. Especially, well, not these days, for a lot of years. They have been happening. So I think somebody need to check on this thing and to say something about this thing, because that's scary. 40 feet, scary last night. Okay, Tim. That's all.
Thank you so much. We hope the authorities will take note, because as the caller indicated there clearly, this is something that is very serious, and a disaster that could do untold damage and cause injury and maybe even cause people to lose their lives as well. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. This is Newspin. You are on the air. Hello.
3 times journalist of the year. Mr. Timothy Poleon, good afternoon. Amanda, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you,
Queen of journalists, Ms. Lisa Joseph. Good afternoon to you, madam. Tim, the gentleman called earlier today and said he'd like to see Lady Lee on the show, on your show. He's a flobber. He claimed he's the chairman or something like that he is. Why would you want to see Lady Lee? Why don't you want to see, sir, why don't you want to see Kenny Anthony? None of these SFB rats comes on Tim's show.
Caller, let's don't use that kind of language, sir. Don't use that kind of language.
Tim, none of those guys anymore, Goose Gang, comes on your show. You are the most, you say what? The most talked about or most...
Newspin is the most monitored, sir.
Most monitored show. And for years they're avoiding you. You are one of the leaders. You are one of the leading journalists in the country, whether they like it or not. For instance, Tim, I'll tell you something. Barbados, all those big dogs in Barbados have to go in front of David Ellis. All of them. Your truth. In Bermuda, I can't remember the guy name over here. But these guys, these SFP guys, pick and choose, go in front of their own people and say, Lucia, accepting that, and they're going to vote for them. I don't understand that. But get the people at solutions. Come and face the music. Come in front of Rick Wayne. Come in front of Timothy Polio. Come in front of Lisa Joseph. Come there. I want to see you all there. Y'all ain't fooling me. That's why y'all fooling solutions, because y'all are not answering the pertinent questions, because y'all think y'all have no questions to answer. Hence why when y'all get to govern, y'all don't have a clue. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. Now, Tim, one more thing. Last night, I listened to Dr. Guy Joseph, and he said he dropped the gauntlet down to the SLP. You know what he told them? I have done more for my constituency in 1 year than y'all done in your 5 years for the country. And if y'all done more than me, I will not run for the next election. I want y'all to challenge Dr. Guy Joseph. That's what the man said, that's what the doctor said, Tim.
Mr. Guy Joseph has a doctorate now?
I gave it to him.
Okay, all right.
I gave it to him because that's the respect I have for him. He and Sir Alan Michael Shaste are the two greatest minds in the land. Okay? Take that and you can cash that in any bank. He and Sir Dr. Guy Joseph and Sir Alan Michael Shaste is one of the greatest minds on the land, if not on the planet. And he said, I repeat, I'm telling you in case you all don't hear, I'm going to tell you again. The good doctor said that he has done more in 1 year than y'all done in 5 years as a government. And if y'all done more than him, he would refuse to run the next election. Challenge him on that. Challenge him on that. Have a nice day, Tim.
Thank you so much for calling. You as well, sir. Let's see if we have a WhatsApp message to go through. Somebody says, St. Lucia does not have any law. You should see the truck drivers pass with speed, particularly on the Bexon Highway. Another person says the trailer falling because imagine the roads are bumpy, humpy, and lumpy, and they're still patching it, shaking my head. Another WhatsApp message. Okay. Let's see there. 452-2979. We have a call on the landline. Let's see if we can get this call on the air. You on the air. Good afternoon.
Timothy, a pleasant good afternoon to you and your listeners all over the world. TW.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Timothy, when Philip G. Pierre and his administration came to power, they came to office on the pretext that there was corruption in the last government. And as he said, he will not accept corruption in his government. He will not accept anybody that is corrupt in his government. Timothy, today you have people that are so dishonest in this government, Timothy, because of money and power. They're so dishonest. They're people that had less than $50,000 on an account at the bank. Today they're sitting on so much money, Timothy. I have the information that I can share, Timothy. And I can tell you these days, the word on the politicians' block is loan. Loan. They take a loan, they took a loan to buy their car. They took a loan to buy their wife's car. They took a loan to build 4 villas in Cap Estate. They took a loan from the credit union buy 5 acres in Ancillary. They took a loan for the children's education. It's a loan from the credit union to the banks. 12 loans. 12 loans, Timothy. Some of them have 8 loans. That's what they claim. Because everything to them is a loan. That's the word on the block. A loan, Timothy. Where is the Integrity Committee, Timothy? We must set up a committee with teeth, with accountability. And this government knows that the Integrity Committee has no teeth. So, which one of them are going to submit their assets to the Integrity Committee first, Timothy? When Philip J. Pierre and his administration does that, I will believe that this government is not corrupt. For the time being and between time, Timothy, I will always believe, and the people of St. Lucia will always believe, that there is corruption in this government. The Integrity Committee need to enforce their mandates, not just for themselves, but for the people of St. Lucia, to make this country free from corruption and to make this country a place of accountability, and to make this government in office at the moment a government of accountability. Timothy, I thank you.
Thank you so much. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, have you noticed how all the most dangerous corners or areas along our highways have no lights? Example, the corner by Sandals, Monjuro, Shock Hill, and the Badlil, etc. Those are the issues clearly that we have to attend to, and do not allow those things to go unaddressed, and they are the result of a major crash or collision. There's something called taking care of our infrastructure, doing those various repairs, maintenance work. That is certainly very important. Let's see if you have any comments in the chat room in just a moment. A supporter of the SLP poses a question at a town hall meeting.
A few comments from earlier. Someone says he sounds better than 85% of our politicians. Another comment, it's good to see our youth involved. Someone says, are the leaders listening to our youth? Another comment reads, oh, Tim's patience is hanging by a thread now. Another comment, they aren't locking the pins properly, caller. Someone says, I need Mr. Bermuda to be my hype man. With him in my ear, I will conquer the world. Someone says, can anyone provide the date for the opening of the smart city in cul-de-sac? Has it been announced? Someone replied to this saying the minister have to finish counting the $10 million first. Another comment reads, how many foreign-born people are there among the Labour ministers? How many children they have that are born and living in foreign? Why are the Labours so crazy about people's skin pigmentation? Someone says Dr. Guy Joseph sounds nice. Another comment reads, if these truck drivers ensure that the containers are properly secured to the chassis, despite the bumpy road, the containers won't fall off. Someone here says, with all due respect, does PW have to give his 1 minute long introduction every time he calls? That's it for now, Tim.
Thank you so much. In just a moment, our Newspin news of the day, but let us say now from a supporter of the St. Lucia Labour Party, posing a question, I think it is either to the Prime Minister or the MP for Castries South East, that's at the last SLP Tuesday town hall meeting.
Good night, my brothers and sisters of Labour. Mr. Henry, good night. Mr. Sean, good night. My Honorable Prime Minister, Philip J. Pierre, good night. Yes, I have a question for Mr. Henry and also Mr. Jabatis. Mr. Henry, you said the government cannot afford to assist everybody in the poverty fund. And there are some can be assisted and some cannot be assisted. Now, I want to inform you concerning that statement, because remember, somebody that is in need and could not work, or especially people to my stage, need assistance. And when the government is not assisting them, knows that it is a burden. And I think we need to look into that, because you come to assist the people of the country, and it is your people. Now, if we had a government before, and they were neglecting the people put them out, and they put you in, you have to know that they put you in for assistance. And now, we need assistance. We need assistance. Now, Mr. Shabbat.
Okay. All right.
My people, can you give me a patient hearing, please? Because somebody's problem may not be a problem. And when you do not satisfy with somebody's speech or their statement, you have to be silent and meditate on it first before you can make any statement. We need things to be fixed in this country. No matter which party that they, when they are there to serve the people of this country. Now, Mr. Shabatis and Mr. Henry, that is for you. I'm coming to Mr. Shabatis. I would like you to tell us, before we leave here, please, when are we going to receive that hospital? Because our health is a concern to the country. And even the outside world are looking at us. We need to do something and do it now, because time has been over. It has been expired.
Supporter of the Senatorial Labour Party posing some pointed questions to the Health Minister, also Social Transformation Minister, as well as the Prime Minister. And all the heckling would not prevent him from making his statement. Finally, our Newspin news of the day reads, in Sri Lanka, monkey knocks out entire nation's power. And that's our Newspin news of the day. That's the broadcast as well. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. Please join us same time tomorrow afternoon, 12:30, for another edition of Newspin. Goodbye.